My God, your topic is very, very tough. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, I don't know whose background voice is coming. Is it yours?
It's hard
Ma'am,
to
randomly
confirm,
because
ma'am.
we have unmuted so many people, there will be background
Okay, okay. So,
music and
so
all.
it's better to mute them then.
Yes, we'll be muting everyone so that we can start the session. Otherwise, we'll be late for it. Anyone willing to talk to ma'am? Otherwise, we'll be muting everyone. Okay,
Lot
okay,
of
ma'am.
noise is coming, ma'am. Lot of noise.
Okay, so I'm muting everyone.
Yeah. Anik Rajan wants to speak. Ma'am,
Dr.
ma'am,
M.
until
Ibrar, if you want to talk.
ma'am, lot of noise is coming.
Yes, yes, I'm
Extreme
just
noise.
muting everyone.
As if somebody is traveling.
Many would be because this is the time people are getting back to their place.
Yeah. That was the reason I was telling to keep it from 7.
Yeah,
Yeah. So everybody has been muted now,
muted.
right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, okay. So, no, but I want to know, like, from where I should start, as you
And
have
many
given
of
me.
them are scholars who are just
Yeah,
doing their PhD right now, and
yeah.
many of
So,
them
no,
are
if I want to
academicians.
know, like, if I want to know how much they know about quantitative research, so can't you tell them that they need to be, जिसका भी background noise नहीं हो वो मुझसे बात करे एक बार ऐसा कोई है क्या how much you know means if they can write in chat how much they know about quantitative research anybody can tell me what is quantitative research can you write
Anyone
in
willing
chat
to
box
speak?
everyone even they can write in chat box
Yes, you can always use the chat box to write. Ma'am, I think we should start from the beginning only.
okay fine okay fine
We'll start with from the beginning.
okay
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah,
yeah
ma'am.
Actually, chat is disabled, so they have to enable it for
okay
us to
please
chat.
enable
Okay, I'll just enable it, ma'am. Do not worry. I think ma'am chat is able. People have written over here.
But for me, it is showing chat disabled.
Ma'am, at least we can talk here right now. Ma'am, can you talk to ma'am about your knowledge about quantitative things? Quantitative analysis? Meanwhile,
is
I'm
my
on mute.
screen
Yes, yes, your screen is
is my
visible.
screen visible
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
It is.
ma'am, it's visible.
so let us start
Yes, ma'am.
if anybody wants to say something can say
Yes, they
if
can raise their
anybody is
hands.
willing okay let me proceed then
Let's start, ma'am. Yeah.
I hope everybody knows what is research yes everybody knows what is research uh, whether we say it is research or marketing research we can also say it marketing research which is only for marketing domain so the function which links the consumer to the customer and public to the marketer through information. So if I avoid the word marketing research, so research is nothing but just gleaning the information, extracting the information, digging the information, exploring the information. So what we do with this information which is used to identify and define the market opportunities and the problems. Like if I talk about Canon, so we can do the competitive analysis of Canon, how Canon is a leader, what it needs to improve, uh, which are the various competitors, how it has been, threatening, Canon. So for all these, the company need to do research. They need to generate, refine, and evaluate marketing performance. They need to monitor marketing performance. They need to improve understanding of marketing as a process. Yeah. So whichever research, so in research, what we do, it is very systematic and objective. We identify the problem, we collect the data, we analyze the data, we interpret the data, and we use the information. The various companies, they use the information. Like if I talk about the organic, wheat flour. So the company, they need to understand, like when it came in the market. So they had to first research that how many people will use organic wheat flour. Yes or no? So for the purpose of improving decision making, the research is being conducted. So research is nothing but we bring solution to the problems and opportunities in the markets, specifies the information necessary to address these issues, manages and implements the data collection process, analyzes the result, and we communicate the finding and implications. Implications जो होते हैं, they are useful to the marketers and also to the researchers. We give implications, and we give implications for uh, for further researchers also, not only for the marketers. मैम ये वन वे तो बड़ा मोनोटोनस हो जाएगा मैम.
अगर हम लोग अनम्यूट
Because
करते हैं
I
तो
want
ऊपर
to
से
make
आवाजें
it.
आएंगी, डिस्टर्बेंस होगी.
नहीं तो मैम कुछ लोग ऐसे आइडेंटिफाई कर लीजिए ना जो जिनका बैकग्राउंड नॉइज नहीं हो बिल्कुल भी.
ऐसे कैसे आइडेंटिफाई?
Just like me, just like you.
Anyone willing to talk to ma'am, interact to ma'am, and who are not on
this
like
will be
traveling or
Excuse me,
those who
ma'am.
are traveling, don't unmute them.
yes,
Or we can do one thing. We can just enable their chats and I'll be monitoring the questions they have.
I'll just
That also you
tune
can
it.
do. Of course, you can do that, but I want them to be interactive also.
We are allowing people to talk, ma'am, and if they face any disturbance as such, they can mute themselves.
नहीं आप उन्हें म्यूट कर दीजिएगा फटाफट
हाँ,
अगर
मैं
ज़्यादा
म्यूट
आवाज़ आ
कर
रही है.
दूंगी.
So the first step in the research is the problem identification. Can anybody share some problems of research? Like how do we decide the topic? Would anybody like to talk? Like I tell you, consumer behavior in men's apparel market, an analytical study of the buying behavior in the men's apparel segment. Somebody wants to say something on this? Consumer behavior in men's apparel market. So, okay, tell me what would be the independent variable and what would be the dependent variable in it? Okay, can anybody tell me which are the various kinds of variables? मैम किसी का चैट पे रिप्लाई आया है क्या?
नहीं ma'am.
You guys will have to speak. Scholars. Ma'am, are faculty members there?
Yes ma'am, they are. There are many
But
senior
nobody-
faculties also.
But
And
nobody is
I can see-
interacting. Nobody is interacting. Can anybody tell me upon this men's apparels market? What is the consumer behavior and what would be the independent and the dependent variable? What would be the extraneous variable? What would be the confounding variable? What would be the intermediating variable?
Ma'am, I want to say something.
Yes, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually,
Can I know your name, please?
yeah, my name is Bimki Mondal.
Okay, from where you are?
I'm from Kolkata.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, ma'am, actually, it's very interesting to, join this session. A lot of
Yeah.
things we don't know. The
Yes.
basic thing why I am feeling is you are saying all the time that it's not being at all interactive. The reason is that we have got very less, time or very less chances to interact with our faculty members. So that
So
is the
I'm
reason
giving you the opportunity, so you must encash.
what I feel is that that is the reason we don't know a lot of things. So
This
Come
is the
again?
platform where you can interact with ma'am. You can learn so many things.
नहीं,
anyways, so
देखिए अगर मैं मेरा मोनोलॉग होगा तो मैं कैसे आपको समझ पाऊंगी कि आपको समझ आ भी रहा है या नहीं कुछ.
no, that's
I
why
have
it's very nice to hear you. We are getting so many things to learn, but
Yeah.
from my side, interaction is less because these things are quite new to me. I think
Okay.
maybe these things are quite new to
अच्छा,
most of
आप
us.
लोग को ओके, किसी को भी टॉपिक नहीं पता है,
ma'am.
कोई भी रिसर्च का? हेलो, आर यू अवेयर अबाउट द रिसर्च टॉपिक्स or not?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let me share then something else with you first, otherwise you won't understand. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so I will take HR topics and marketing topics both. Okay, till the time it is getting open, if anybody wants to can say something about their topic, they can ask me something if they want. Okay, so see here, the topic is the impact of emotional intelligence element on academic achievement. So now guys, you guys need to tell me, and the respected faculty members, I need not to ask them because they know things very well. Can anybody tell me, any research scholar, what is the independent variable into it and what is the dependent variable? आप में से कोई मुझे इसमें बता सकता है? Until unless you speak, it will be very difficult for me to go ahead and to proceed. Please speak.
Ma'am, I'm basically a student, so not yet a research scholar. So the basic concepts of the independent variable are not really clear.
अच्छा, ओके, मैं बताती हूँ. ठीक है, बस यही जानना था मुझे. यहाँ पर क्या लिखा है? द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस एलिमेंट ऑन एकेडमिक अचीवमेंट. आप मुझे ये बताओ कि यहाँ पर इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस किसी से इफेक्ट होगा या एकेडमिक अचीवमेंट किसी से इफेक्ट होगा?
Ma'am, academic achievement is a
Yes, is the dependent variable.
variable on emotional intelligence, ma'am.
Yes, very good, very good. अच्छा, और कौन से ऐसे फैक्टर होंगे जो एकेडमिक अचीवमेंट को अफेक्ट करेगा? आप सभी लोग इसका एक बार एब्स्ट्रैक्ट पढ़िए तो आपको और चीजें क्लियर हो जाएंगी. मैं पढ़ देती हूँ आपके लिए.
Hard work.
Come again?
Hard work.
I couldn't hear you.
Hard work.
Hard work. Okay, fine. So that is one of the variables. Yes, very good.
Ma'am, there is the second line, as it says, self-awareness, self-motivation, empathy, interpersonal skills. All these are also dependent variable.
No. They are not dependent. अभी आप नए हो, मैं आपको समझा रही हूँ. They are independent variable. ये सब इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस के ही कंपोनेंट है. इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस किस चीज से मिलके बना होता है? सेल्फ अवेयरनेस से, इमोशनल मैनेजमेंट से, सेल्फ मोटिवेशन से, एम्पैथी से, इंटरपर्सनल स्किल से, सेल्फ मोटिवेशन से. ये सारे जो है ना मैम, ये किसकी आवाज आ रही है फिर से? यस, अभी नहीं आ रही है. तो ये जो सारे कंपोनेंट है इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस के, ये सारे फैक्टर्स हैं. दीज आर द वेरियस फैक्टर्स जो कि इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस को बनाते हैं. आर यू गेटिंग?
Excuse me, ma'am.
हाँ.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a foreigner, so it would be better if you speak English.
Yeah, I will definitely speak in English. Is there anybody who doesn't understand English? आप में से कोई ऐसा भी है क्या जो इंग्लिश नहीं समझ पाएगा? Is there anyone who doesn't understand English?
No,
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me who?
Yes, ma'am.
Your network is not up to the mark. your network is not up to the mark, so because of
Ma'am,
that,
it
your
will be
voice.
great if we can continue in English. I think everyone can
Okay,
understand
fine.
English,
Okay,
and
okay.
there will not be any issue in that.
Okay, fine. Agreed,
Because
agreed.
yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, background noise. So, the purpose of this study is to see the impact of emotional intelligence on the academic achievement. You all know it very well that we always talk about IQ, that is the intelligence of the people, that how intelligent they are. But there is one more factor, that is emotional intelligence, which affect the academic achievement. You must have seen people that, uh, there are two kinds of personality, type A personality and type B personality. So it also has an impact on the academic achievement. And there is a difference in emotional intelligence of type A personality and type B personality. The type B personality is very balanced. So their emotional intelligence is also better than, type A personality. So this study also aims to identify whether the five elements of emotional intelligence. So what they have done, they have taken all five, self-awareness, emotional management, self-motivation, empathy, and interpersonal skill as independent variable, which is affecting their academic achievement. So they have been able to contribute to academic achievement. Statistical inference of the Pearson R and multiple regression is used to analyze the data. The results showed that the significant relationship between self-awareness and emotional management. They have put correlation. Abhi, right now, I don't know how many of you know, correlation. So,
A
and how?
relationship between two or more variables.
Yes, yes, very good. And do you know when do we accept the hypothesis, null hypothesis, and when do we reject the null hypothesis?
No, madam.
Yes.
Can you all write in the chat box? My host will let me know that how many of you are aware that when do we reject a null hypothesis and when do we accept? May you please
If
write
you
in
are
chat
aware
box.
of the process, how we accept or reject a null hypothesis, you can raise your hand. I think many people are not aware of it. They are on the beginning level of their research. So I think we should start it from very beginning.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Ma'am,
Not an issue.
ma'am,
Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Visible?
Ma'am, I think someone is speaking.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No. Is it visible?
Screen is not visible.
You
ma'am.
were visible, but the
Oh,
screen
you are
is
visible.
Okay.
Ma'am, shall I tell something?
Yes, sure, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, rejecting the null hypothesis when the p-value is less than or equal to our significance level, then we can tell that there when do we reject the hypothesis, null hypothesis, and when our pH value is not less than or equal to our significance level, then we can call that this is not rejected.
Okay, fine. Okay, why it is 0.05? Why not more? Why not less? Okay,
Maybe
let me tell you.
because it's a standard value.
Okay, I will tell you. There are two things, level of significance and confidence interval. So this 5% is the error which we take while research. Yes, we need 95% accuracy and we allow 5% error. Like when we collect the data, when we do sampling, when we determine the sample size. So there are many steps in research. First of all, we identify the problem. As I told you, the impact of emotional intelligence. I told you the impact of emotional intelligence element on academic achievement. So these are our two variables, emotional intelligence and academic achievement. Now, you took a question, you made a questionnaire. Through a questionnaire, you are collecting the data. What you are doing? You are collecting the data through a questionnaire. And here, while collecting the data, while doing the analysis, we will allow 5% error. That is why it is 0.05. Is that clear? This is known as level of significance. And
Yes, madam.
And confidence interval is 95%. The 95% is the accuracy, which is also known as the confidence interval. If you wish, you can take the notes, you can pen it down if you wish. So right now I'm not going to talk about the correlation. I'm just letting you know that how do we, do the research. So these studies imply that the level of emotional intelligence contributes to and enhances the cognitive abilities in the student. So this study came out with this conclusion that yes, emotional intelligence does affect the academic achievement. There is a significant impact of emotional intelligence on the academic achievement of these students, or yeah, here students have been taken. So thus, to produce a competent generation and successful country in line with the philosophy of education, we need to inculcate emotional intelligence in, their syllabus. In classes, we need to teach them not only IQ, but also the emotional intelligence. Let me take you, so first of all, we write the introduction. Then, okay, while writing the introduction, you will be having two things, the independent variable and the dependent variable. Here, as all the 5 components have been taken of emotional intelligence, okay, so one by one, all the 5 factors will be defined. Whatever has been researched upon them, all things will come over here. In introduction, we will just define what they are, like what is empathy, what is, self-motivation, what is your interpersonal skill, what is self-motivation, what is emotional management, what is self-awareness. So like that, each element of emotional intelligence will be defined over here in the introduction. See here, self-awareness is written here, emotional management is written here, self-motivation, empathy, all have been defined over here. Do you want me to tell in one line all of them? Or shall I skip them?
No, ma'am. Kindly explain them.
Come again?
You can like repeat it for newcomers because
Okay.
they are just
So
starting.
self-awareness of the self, it is the self-observation and the identification of a feeling when it appears. When you know yourself, you all must have read Johari window, open and the blind and all those windows you must have, read about. Self-awareness means we know about ourselves. Emotional management is the feeling that it is sufficient to handle the behavior. We should know that uh, how we have to talk to others, what should be our way. Suppose tomorrow you become HOD and the faculty doesn't take the class. So, how you need to handle? You can't just burst out, you can't be aggressive. Okay, so that ways you need to manage your emotions. You need to be self-motivated. So self-motivation is a move to the goal of positive emotions, better self-control, and to delay the gratification and the impulse weakens.
Ma'am, there is a
Empathy.
question.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
necessary whether all scientific research is translated in a cause-effect framework?
No, it's not necessary.
It's a
I
question
will
from
come
Piyush
down.
Pandit.
Yeah, I will come down. There are 3 things. One is exploratory research, the second is descriptive research, and the third one is the causal research. The causal research is the experimental research. It is also known as the experimental research where there is a cause and effect. So this topic is causal research. There is a cause, that is the emotional intelligence, and its factors which are affecting the academic achievement. Like when you go to shop. So what all those factors which will affect your shopping from, let's say, a particular shop?
Price,
What all?
madam.
Okay, one is the price. What else?
Taste.
Taste.
Taste. Again,
Fashion.
taste. Yes, fashion.
Income.
What else? Come again.
Income.
Income. Yes, yes. Very good. What else?
The location.
Yes, very good. Very good. Very good.
Weather.
Product quality.
Weather. Yes. Am I right? You said weather.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how weather will affect a particular shop? Hello.
Transportation.
Yes, transportation. Very good. Okay, now tell me what all, how will you define all these factors? Will you say consumer buying behavior factors? Factors affecting consumer buying behavior?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So, like that, these are the various factors like the self-awareness, self-motivation, empathy, and the interpersonal skill. So, these are the various factors which form the emotional intelligence. Okay? These are the babies of emotional intelligence. So, okay, see here. Can you see this diagram? Is
Yes,
this
ma'am.
diagram visible to you? So
Yes,
they
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
How many of you know factor analysis? Do you know factor analysis? No. Okay. Okay, I will teach you. Don't worry. So these are the various factors. Okay. And they are affecting the academic performance. And they are the factors of emotional intelligence, which are affecting the academic performance. Okay. Can you see here? Now what these are? Tell me what these are.
Ma'am, I think you should reduce the size of your paper, like zoom in.
Okay, fine. Okay. Is it okay?
Yes, now it's okay.
Okay, fine. Can you please tell me now, anybody willingly?
Ma'am, these are the factors that are behind.
Negative factors, madam,
yes.
for low academic achievement.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. What is lack of involvement?
Lack of involvement is the lack of enthusiasm.
Yes.
Like a passive approach towards learning something.
Yes. So what is written here? There are some factors that cause student intelligence is the cause of students' low performance. I'm not going into detail. Can anybody tell me what is this Road et al. 2007? Here, Patrides et al. 2000. Above there is Krause and Krause. Krause and Krause 1981. Brown and Langer 1990. Can anybody tell me what it is?
These are references.
These are what?
References.
Yes.
References.
Yes. So why do we write like this in research? Why it is compulsory to write like this? Tell me. Please make it fast so I can teach you so many things. I'm to teach you so many things.
Ma'am, it's to avoid plagiarism.
Yes, that.
And also to respect.
Madam, review of literature.
Come again?
Review of literature.
Yes, review of literature. Now listen, my dear friends. Whenever we start a research, what we need to do first of all, first we need to identify the gap. that, like on this topic, how much research has already been done, and what is the gap? Where is the gap? We need to put. We need to, take a track of it. We need to tap that. That where is the gap, and on that gap we work. Are you getting?
Yes,
For
ma'am.
that, we do review of literature, and not only review of literature, we do extensive review of literature. Yes. So whatever has been said in earlier research, whatever has come out of from the previous researches. So what were the findings, and how my result is away from them, how my research result is close to them. So all these, on the basis of all these, I am going to discuss in my discussion. When I will be discussing my results, when I will be discussing my findings, okay, so there I will quote whether this Pittrides et al. Research, et al. का मतलब होता है, it means so many other authors along with him. When there are more than two researchers or more than two authors, we signify it, we write it by et al. Is that clear? Am I making sense?
Yes,
Am
ma'am.
I intelligible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I want others also to participate.
Ma'am, one more thing, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, is this API model?
Yes, of course.
And you mean to say that this API model is delivered from a multitude of different perspectives. That's why
Right
you
now,
right?
I'm not bringing in between the API because right now I want to go with all of you as on one platform.
Okay.
Because there is, lot of heterogeneity amongst you guys. Some of my friends, they know lot of things. Some of them do not know. So if I will tell such things which are not known to others, will create problem.
Okay, ma'am.
Had it been a homogeneous group, then I could have answered it here. But since it's a heterogeneous group, so right now I want to skip this answer.
Resha ma'am will be doing it on the 5th day when we'll be discussing how referencing and indexing is being done. So we'll discuss APA, ML and all those things on the last day only.
Is that okay?
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, just
Thank
one
you.
paragraph, I want to read for you. A study conducted by Roth et al. 2007 predicted that emotional intelligence was related to academic performance for two reasons. He gave two reasons that why these two variables were related. First, academic performance involves a great deal of ambiguity. Second, majority of academic work is self-directed, requiring high level of self-management. If a child, you must have noticed, like many of us, we read a lot. Like I was one amongst them. I used to read books ka book thoroughly. I used to read the books. My students, my classmates, they used to get surprised when they used to see my books. When Kotler marketing management test was there in my class, when I was doing my MBA. So they were pretty surprised. They were pretty amazed to see that I had read the entire chapter, each line of the chapter. Even after that, they scored better than me. The reason was their self management was much better than me. They were emotionally intelligent, and I told you the type A personality is very impatient. Their balance is less, and I'm type A personality kind of person. The type B personality is very calm, very patient, and they know self management better than the type A personality. So the topic can also be, we can also take the topic, we can also twist the topic like this: the impact of personality, the impact of type of personality on academic achievement, the impact of type of personality on teachers' achievement or teachers' performance or employee performance or employee engagement. I can give you so many topics within a fraction. Okay. So like that, the previous researches are done. First of all, what we do, we identify the problem. I told you like why Canon is a leader. So we can do a study like that, uh, a, uh, a study on consumer perception towards Canon printer. Like that, we can make a topic, or you can make a topic like consumer perception towards Pepsi and Coca-Cola, a comparative study. Like that also you can do. Consumer taste and preference for refrigerators of 165 liters for various brands. So like that you can formulate any problem, you can identify any problem. After that you will be doing a lot of review of literature. Review of literature is nothing but we do extensive survey of the available literature, which is available in books, which is available in journals, which is available on internet, which is available in magazines, which is available on social media. So whatever, literature is available, so we study it thoroughly and we find the gap. We explore the gap, we dig the gap, we explore, and then we jump to that gap and we try to bridge that gap. Okay. Suppose this study, the current paper, the current research paper which we are discussing, so suppose that research, may I please request to not to disturb by the background noise, please.
Kindly please mute yourselves. Yes, ma'am, it's done. You can continue.
Whenever you want to speak, unmute please, and otherwise you mute yourself. So we can take this journey smoothly. We can carry on smoothly. Okay. So like that, the various, like suppose here you can see 2004, 2007, 2007. So can anybody tell me why we are hello? What is this? Dear friends, we all are faculty members, we all are research scholars, we are not students. So kindly take care that your mic is on mute mode. Okay. Okay. So what I was talking about was, why do we write the years? Can anybody tell me why in bracket there is a reference of years? 2004, 2007. Why it is there?
Madam, research has been conducted in that year, I think.
Yes, yes, yes. Very true. Very true. And moreover, this research will, the year will show you that when it was said, because whatever was relevant in 2004 will not be relevant now. The generation has changed, things have changed. After Corona, lot many changes have come. So everything may not be relevant in present context. Do you get? So that is why we say that while doing the review of literature, we should do last 5 years research. We should take last 5 years papers or 7 years, not beyond. Do you agree with me?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Okay. So various factors of emotional intelligence, they have been like self-awareness, emotional management. So each element of the emotional intelligence has been related with academic achievement. Yes, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. So the various components, whether they are related with the academic achievement or not. So that has been written over here. Let's go ahead. Self-control is there. Self-control is very, very important when we talk about emotional intelligence. It reduces the difficulties faced, prevent the problem by controlling the adverse action. A person, as I told you, whenever exams are there, currently, in our university, YBN Vishwavidyalaya, MBA fourth exams are going on, and those who are very smart, those who are emotionally intelligent, they know how to self control. So even during the stress, they will be able to control their emotions, they will be able to self manage themselves, right? And that is why they will score more than the people who read a lot. Do you get this? So this way, there is an impact of emotional intelligence on academic achievement. So now relationship of self-motivation element and academic achievement. Okay, I will now go to, now I have come to the research question. Whenever, we formulate the hypothesis, how many of you know what is hypothesis? Should I begin from zero?
Hypothesis, the assumption that the author or the researcher.
Yeah. Like if I say that we all know that smoking is injurious to health. Yes, they spoil the lungs. But blindly we cannot believe these statements in research. So we need to do experiment, we need to do research, we need to formulate the hypothesis, and we need to, test the hypothesis that, the cigarette is injurious for lungs. So for that, we need to take up the research. We need to take the experiment. Now let's come back to the emotional intelligence. Is there a relationship between emotional intelligence and students' academic achievement? Is there a relationship between each emotional intelligence element and academic achievement? Now, those who have been speaking, I want them to be muted. I want others to tell me how the question number 1 and the question number 2, research question number 1 and question number 2 are different.
We have almost unmuted everyone. If anyone is willing to talk to ma'am, they can unmute themselves and they can talk to ma'am. And it will be great if you can make it an interactive session. In that way, you will learn a lot.
Ma'am, we have a question in the chat box.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody can read, please.
Yeah, I'm reading it. Ma'am, if my research period is from 2022 to 2027,
yeah,
for which year my review of literature is it for 5 years before 22 or 23 or 24?
No, listen. We will be doing research now, right? In 22 or 23, if you are doing a research, so last 5
We cannot hear you actually.
7 years, 10 years is okay. Lot of changes come in the environment. Am I audible?
Ma'am, can you repeat whatever you said, because there was some lag in between?
Okay,
Your
can you
voice
hear
is
me?
quite fluctuating.
Yes, ma'am. Kindly repeat whatever you have said, so that the
Yes,
anonymous
what
attendee
I'm
get the
saying,
answer.
what I'm saying is, if today I'm doing a research, okay, I must take latest review of literature, like from 2015 onwards, not beyond. If you will take 2007, 2004, 2000, if you take 1990, so that will not be related to the current scenario. And again, it depends on the variable, whether it is emotional intelligence, whether it is what you have taken. Now listen here. There was a time when ChatGPT was not there. Today, everything we get done through the ChatGPT. Yesterday, I called a person, a manager in my department, to deliver a lecture on cybersecurity. In the morning, I rang him and I told him that he has to come. He has to reach to my department at 10:50. So what he did, he told ChatGPT to prepare a PPT. Okay. So the scenario is changing. Are you getting? Am I making sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
So
we also have another question.
yeah, please go ahead.
What do we mean by research paradigm? When do we use the word paradigm shift? Whether paradigm has any role?
Paradigm. It is
Okay,
paradigm.
paradigm. Has
Yeah.
any role to play in literature review? This question is from Piyush Ranjan.
Right now, I don't want to take this question. Right now, I just want to stick to the research. Okay.
Okay.
Those things which are relevant right now, like I told that we should do review of literature for how many years. So right now it is on the, it is in the context what I'm talking about, and those things we will take later, like the research paradigm. Okay, is that clear? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can
Yes,
anybody
ma'am.
tell, yeah, please tell me the difference between the question 1 and question 2, research question 1 and 2. What is the difference? Hello. Please go ahead.
Now, in the very first question, there was mentioned as is there any relationship between emotional intelligence and students' academic achievement? Here,
Yeah.
here, here is not mentioned all over the each, and in the very second question here, each word is mentioned that is there a relationship between each emotional intelligence element and academic achievement. So the difference between the questions is the word each, and each is the only word which differs these two kinds of statements.
No, listen here. In the second one, we are talking about the various factors of emotional intelligence, the various elements like the empathy, self control, self management, emotional management, self motivation.
Individual wise relationship
Are you
and
getting?
academic.
Yes,
Individual
yes, yes,
wise
yes, yes.
relationship element, madam.
Yeah, yes. Each element and the academic achievement.
Yes, ma'am.
जैसे कि हम चपाती बनाते हैं, तो there is a flour, there is a water, there is a salt. So all those things will make chapati. So here emotional intelligence is made up of so many things. So does each element has an impact on academic achievement? Okay, the third question is, which of the emotional intelligence element would be the best predictor of academic achievement? Could you get the third
Ma'am, you
question?
can unmute yourself if you want to speak to ma'am. I can see many hands raised in between. So if you want to speak to ma'am, you can unmute yourself and you can speak.
Hello. Am I audible?
You are.
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am. you're
Third
audible.
question. Does anybody want to speak about the third question? Like which of
Madam,
the
yeah, second question is about the individual
no.
element.
I'm not asking now second. I'm
Individual
asking
element
third.
wise, yeah, which is the best?
Third one.
Yes, madam. Second question is individual wise element. Third one is which is the best intelligence element would be the predictor of academic achievement.
Yeah. Like out of the 5 emotional intelligence element which we took in our research. Yes? Do you agree? Again, I'm going to the abstract. See these one. Like whether the emotional management, self-awareness, self-motivation, interpersonal skill or empathy. So out of these 5, which is the best predictor of the academic performance? Are you getting? Am I
Yes,
intelligent?
ma'am.
Yes. Okay, going ahead. So on these, we will be making the hypothesis. There is no significant correlation between emotional intelligence and student academic achievement. Can anybody tell me what is the defect in this research paper? What is the flaw over here? Can you please tell me what is the flaw? What is the mistake? What is the blunder? Hello.
If you are there, can you answer?
Alternate hypothesis is not mentioned.
No. That is not required. That is not mandatory. It is up to us whether we take it or not. In my PhD, I did my PhD in 2010. So earlier, in traditional PhDs, you will always find the alternate hypothesis, but I did not take, because that is not required. That is not mandatory. That is not mandatory.
Ma'am, is it mandatory to have an hypothesis every time we do a research?
Ma'am, research question, ma'am. Research question is significant said word missing.
No.
Ma'am, is there between
the word? Listen. Let me complete first his answer, his question. The significant word is being used in hypothesis. We do not take it in the question. Is that clear? Hello?
Okay.
Yeah, in research question, it is not required. The research questions are only the problem identification, that what is our problem. And on those questions, we formulate the hypothesis. They are the base upon which, they are the foundation upon which we formulate the hypothesis. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
We have to remove the word no.
No is no we use in null hypothesis. Hello. There is no significant correlation between emotional intelligence and students' academic achievement. So what we are saying over here is there is no difference between the there is no relationship between the two variables. One variable is emotional intelligence and one is the student academic achievement, whether they are related or not. So we are saying there is no relationship between the two variables. Okay. If our calculated value of the correlation will come below 0.05, we will reject the null hypothesis. And if it will be above 0.05, we will accept the null hypothesis. If you want to write, you can write. I can make you write. Should I?
Madam.
Do you want to write? Do you want to take notes?
Yes, madam.
Okay, please write down.
It is advisable to take notes in between, but we are also recording the session. We'll be sending the recording to everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
How many of you are clear with the level of significance? How many of you are clear with the confidence interval? Like above, I told you here when we were discussing the abstract. So in abstract, this fellow has mentioned the results. It is not necessary to mention the results in the abstract. When you write an abstract of the research, abstract is nothing but the summary of the research. If you write an abstract before conducting the research, before completing the analysis, okay, you need not mention the results. But once you find out the results, what are the results of your research, then you can mention that what are the results. Like here it is mentioned. Like the R is nothing but the correlation is very weak. And the level of P, which is less than 0.05, it means they have taken level of significance as at 5%. So 5% error they are going to accept, and beyond that they are not. That is the level of significance, 5% error. And 95% is the confidence interval. Is that okay?
We have a question here.
Yes. Do ask. Yes, carry on. Continue.
What is
Go
the
ahead.
difference between abstract and the title page?
Okay, I will tell you. The title is only the topic. That is only the problem which you have identified, the thing upon which you want to explore further, whether there is any relationship between the two or not. Hello.
Is there any difference between title and topic? I got a question in WhatsApp.
No, they are the same. They are the same.
Okay.
After the topic, we write the abstract. Abstract is nothing but the summary. Suppose if someone wants to go through this research paper, so the abstract will let him or her know whether it is of use to him or her not. Like they took the topic impact, but they applied the correlation, and the correlation is for the relationship. The correlation is not for the impact. So this is the flaw in this paper. I challenge this journal. I will tomorrow write a mail to it. Are you getting? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Had it been a PhD topic, had it been in an RDC, and had to me, अगर ये मेरे पास आया होता, तो I would have rejected it. I would have told them to reframe the topic, relationship between emotional intelligence and the academic achievement. Impact is not the right word over here. When the topic is impact, they would have used the regression, not the correlation. Is that clear? The correlation is not the right tool over here.
Ma'am, I think it will be great. You can explain the difference between correlation and regression.
Yeah. I will. Right now, I will tell in nutshell. And when we will jump to the various tests, there are two kinds of tests: parametric test and the non-parametric test. The parametric test is the t-test, z-test, ANOVA, which is also known as f-test. So when we will come to that, I will talk in detail the difference between the correlation and regression. But right now, I just want to tell you, when we see the impact, the effect, the cause and effect, like the rain, what is the impact of rain on the student attendance in the class? So that is the impact, that is the effect. So whenever we use the word impact and effect, we see cause and effect relationship. Experimental research. It is known as experimental research. Is that clear? And the correlation is the relationship between the two variables. Whether the two variables are going in the same direction or whether they are going in opposite direction. They are almost same, but there is a difference of terminology, and the terminology is the cause and effect. And whenever it is experimental research, like somebody who is of let's say 70 or 60 to 70 of age, and I called him for the viva to take the external viva of the MBA students IT subject, and the university sent somebody who was above 60, and there was no lift in my department, and he had to climb the stairs, and because of that he got the heart attack. So this is known as cause and effect. This is known as cause and effect. Is that clear? Hello.
Yes, madam.
Yes. So now I am going ahead. So in introduction, also you can mention what all research have been done earlier, and somewhere you can quote while introducing the topic. You can quote that somebody so and so told about self control this, about the empathy this, about the emotional intelligence this, and on academic achievement this, right? So you define the independent variable and the dependent variable in the introduction part. Then you come to the review of literature, and in review of literature you mention all the studies of last 8 to 10 years, and you quote them what they wrote and in which year those researches were done. Is that clear?
Ma'am, we have a question here again.
Yes,
Someone is
yes, yes.
asking to explain about regression.
Okay. But right now you will not understand that. For that I need to come to the test, which is the later part. Regression is nothing but y is equal to a plus bx. Can you write down y is equal to a plus bx? Please write down in a notebook y is equal to a plus bx. Have you written?
Yes, ma'am. We also have a question here. What is
Yeah.
the difference of 1% and 5% level of significance when
Yeah.
to use 5 or 1%?
If you are so sure about your population, how many of you understand what is the population in terms of research and the universe? How many of you
I
know?
think
Otherwise, I will tell.
currently, excuse me, ma'am, I think we are currently discussing how to write research, what should be the flow of the paper. These topics
Yes.
we'll be discussing in the test part, or when we will be moving into data analysis part.
Yeah.
Then we can discuss what is 1% significance or 5% significance.
No, if somebody want to, I can tell. It's not a issue to me.
Sure, ma'am.
Only,
Wish we can
yeah.
continue.
Yeah, 5% means you are taking 5% error. 1% means you are taking 1% error. You you can't have 100% level of accuracy. No one can have. No research, even the scientific research, the people, the researchers who are into the scientific research, scientific field, even those who are going into space, even the astronomers, they cannot be 100% sure. So where our research is not, like when the drug of the COVID was diagnosed, so even they were not pretty sure, they were not 100% sure, right? When it was the question of life and death, so they were not sure. And in our case, we become so casual also. Nobody does research that effectively, that efficiently, and that accurately. People do not take due care while formulating the questionnaire. While designing the questionnaire, there are so many things which we need to take care. First of all, we need to do a lot of extensive review of literature, and then we should form a questionnaire. And there are various kinds of scale which I will come upon tomorrow, like the nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, and the ratio scale, which I will talk tomorrow. So, which question should be on which scale, and which test we apply on which scale, people do not know. Like when we write about various demographic variables in a questionnaire, like when I ask the age of the respondent. So suppose somebody is falling between 22 and to 25. So again, people write 25 to 28. They should not write 25 to 28. They should skip 25, because 25 cannot come at both the places. So this is the error. So no research is being done accurately, 100%. So this is the difference. So when you are taking level of significance 5%, means you are allowing 5% error. Is that clear? And that can be on various steps, while collecting the data, while designing the questionnaire, while determining the sample size, while interpreting, while putting the test. Many like I have seen various research papers where the normality is not being tested, and when factor analysis is being applied, they don't apply KMO. Yes. And when we talk about, the stratified sampling, there are two kinds of sampling: stratified, proportionate, and unproportionate. People don't know about it. People don't know the difference between the convenient sampling and the judgment sampling. People don't know that the purposive sampling and the judgment sampling are the same. Okay. So I will get back when we will, come to the test on the last day. So now I'm moving forward. So the hypothesis is nothing but they are the assumptions. Should I open the hypothesis slide, or are you able to understand from here? So the various variables, the independent variable and the dependent variable, they formulate your, they become the basis. The independent and the dependent variables become basis of your hypothesis. हाइपोथेसिस में आप क्या करोगे? एक इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल जो भी है, जितने भी हैं, yes, there can be more independent variable, not only one. Here they have taken, in this research paper, they have taken one independent variable and the one dependent variable, and later on they have taken the various factors and independent variable. जितने भी factors हैं उन्हें उन्होंने independent variable लिया है, like the empathy, self management, self control. They all are independent variable. So, hello.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Ma'am, you had been on one point where you made us write the formula y is equals to a plus bx.
Yes.
And there hasn't been any continuation on that.
Yeah, because madam jumped in with question in between that one
yes,
person.
Ma'am, that is why I thought that I should remind you.
Yeah. Very good, very good. So y is equal to b, y is equal to b plus जो आपको मैंने बताई थी equation. So y जो the y is the dependent variable, and the x is the independent variable, and the beta is the the coefficient constant. I will tell you later on. So how much change in the independent variable will bring change in the dependent variable, like the rain. How much rain will bring the change in the crop? Are you getting?
Ma'am, would you please explain this part once again?
Yeah, x is your independent variable, that is rain, and the y is the crop production. You can write y is equal to a plus bx. Y is equal to a plus bx, where y is the dependent variable and x is the independent variable. If I talk about this same topic, let me go up. So here you can apply this regression. The regression is the apt tool over here, not the correlation. So emotional intelligence is the x and the academic achievement is the y. So how much change in the emotional intelligence of students will bring, suppose by 1% the emotional intelligence gets changed. So how much change it will bring in the academic achievement of the student? And that is y. Y. Alphabet Y. Capital Y. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. And later मैं सारी टेस्ट बताऊंगी आपको third day. Okay. Very regularly I am teaching the subject research, and I have 70 research papers in the journals and 15 in books. and I had been to various countries specifically to present the research work. Since 2007, I am presenting the research work in other countries. Okay, so can you come back to the hypothesis, please? So there is no significant correlation between each emotional intelligence element and academic achievement. Now, can anybody tell me what could be the other way of writing this second hypothesis? देखिए, यहाँ पर उन्होंने ऐसा कर दिया है, each element does not have. Yes, so instead of each element, we could have taken one by one. We could have taken the self-management, we could have taken empathy, we could have taken self-awareness, we could have taken self-motivation. Do you get this? So that ways also we could have taken number of hypotheses. So that ways hypothesis would have increased. So the researcher did not want to increase the number of hypotheses. He just wanted to mention in one. But again, I do not agree with this type. This is again wrong. Why? Because one of the factors or one of the elements could be correlated positively with the academic achievement, but the other could not be. जैसे empathy बहुत ज़्यादा related है academic achievement से, but not the self-awareness, not the self-motivation. So what about that? So we shouldn't club it. We should write it separately. Even we should never use and also. If there are two elements, then also you should not use them, simultaneously. One by one we should write. Suppose there are only two elements. One is the self-management and another is the self-awareness. So they should have been taken it separately, not together. Because the one element, the one variable, the one factor may have a different effect than the another. So it is not advisable at all. There are a lot of mistakes. That is why I took this. And I wanted to let you understand. Now the third is, all regression coefficient of the 5 element of emotional intelligence is not 0 when assigned to, now this will be very tough for you, will be very difficult on first day to understand this hypothesis, and we avoid writing hypothesis like this. Okay, so do not use this kind of hypothesis. The about to is, the first one is the right one. There is no significant correlation between emotional intelligence and student academic achievement. For 1 minute I want to speak in Hindi. अगर आपका रिजल्ट जो आपका कैलकुलेटेड कोरिलेशन वैल्यू है अगर वो 0.05 से कम आता है, यहाँ पर कोरिलेशन के केस में अलग हो जाएगा. अभी हम कोरिलेशन की बात नहीं करते हैं, हम दूसरे टी टेस्ट, जेड टेस्ट, एनोवा की बात कर लेते हैं. अगर वो 0.05 से जो आपकी कैलकुलेटेड वैल्यू है, जो आपने कैलकुलेशन किया है फॉर्मूला कैलकुलेट करके या एसपीएस से, अगर वो वैल्यू कम आती है तो हम नल हाइपोथेसिस को रिजेक्ट कर देते हैं. अगर वो टेबल वैल्यूज हमारी कैलकुलेटेड वैल्यू टेबल वैल्यू से ज्यादा आ रही है तो हम उसको एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं. नल हाइपोथेसिस को हम एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं. और ऑल्टरनेटिव हाइपोथेसिस बना के बता देती हूँ उसकी मैं आपको. ऑल्टरनेटिव हाइपोथेसिस की होगी, देयर इज अ सिग्निफिकेंट कोरिलेशन बिटवीन द इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस एंड स्टूडेंट एकेडमिक अचीवमेंट. ये इसकी ऑल्टरनेट हाइपोथेसिस है. तो अगर हमारी वैल्यू 0.05 से कम आ रही है तो हम क्या कर लेंगे कि यस देयर इज अ सिग्निफिकेंट रिलेशनशिप, तो हम ऑल्टरनेट हाइपोथेसिस को एक्सेप्ट कर लेंगे. इज दैट क्लियर? अगर क्लियर नहीं है तो अभी भी आप पूछ सकते हो. और अभी ऐसे आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा. आई विल शो यू द टेबल्स.
मैम वंस अगेन प्लीज मैम.
अच्छा एक काम करती हूँ मैं इसको, रुको मैं आपको इसको एक टेबल से दिखाती हूँ. रिसर्च पेपर से दिखाऊंगी मैं इसको. यहाँ पर वो चीज आपको इस पेपर में नहीं मिलेगी क्योंकि यहाँ पर इन्होंने उसको बताया है नहीं, वो मुझे देखना पड़ेगा. देखो इन्होंने रिग्रेशन भी लगाया है. दे हैव अप्लाइड रिग्रेशन आल्सो. दिस इज द कोरिलेशन मैट्रिक्स. Can you tell me, could you understand what is this? एक बार मैं आती हूँ आपके रिग्रेशन पे। चलिए हम कोरिलेशन पर बाद में आएंगे, अभी हम रिग्रेशन की ही बात कर लेते हैं पहले। अब देखो ये जो वैल्यू दिख रही है आपको 0.044, माय कर्सर इज देयर, आई एम होवरिंग माय कर्सर ओवर देयर, इज दैट क्लियर? सो 0.04 विल इट बी, हमारी हाइपोथेसिस थी, my null hypothesis was there is no significant effect of emotional intelligence on the academic achievement of the student. Can you tell me, will it be rejected or will it be accepted? 0.04 हमारा R square है.
Rejected, madam.
Okay. अभी हम यहाँ नहीं देखेंगे. Don't see the R square change, please. Please see the significant F change. Last वाला जो column है ना, वो देखेंगे. Please go to this one, significance value. We see this where I am hovering my R square पे हम बाद में आएंगे जब मैं आपको रिग्रेशन डिटेल में पढ़ाऊंगी. 0.000, what it means? Is it significant or insignificant?
Insignificant.
No, it is significant. जो भी 0.005 से कम होगा, whichever value which is less than the 0.005 is 0.05 will be significant. Okay, which other value is significant in this column? Which other value is significant in this column?
Constant.
0.008.
Constant.
No, dear. No, my dear friend. That is above 5%. That is 8%. 8. And our error acceptance is 5%. So we will, what we will do? We will accept the null hypothesis. Why? Because it is above the 5%. It is 8%. 8, EIGHT. Whenever it is less than 5%, we will reject the null hypothesis. All of you write down the null hypothesis in your copy, notebook, notepad. There is no significant effect of, हमने ऊपर देखा था ना, there is no significant impact of emotional intelligence here where I'm hovering my mouse. Emotional intelligence and students' academic achievement. There is no significant correlation between emotional intelligence and student academic achievement. Is that clear? Yes, am I making sense? So what we will, हमने क्या बोला कि इन दोनों वेरिएबल में कोई significant relationship नहीं है. हमने क्या बोला था? नहीं है. लेकिन अगर वैल्यू significant आती है, if it comes significant, it means there is a relationship, and hence we will reject the null hypothesis. Since the first value is significant. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is why we will reject the null hypothesis. It means there is a relationship between the two variables. That is the independent and the dependent variable. There is a significant relationship. Hence, we reject the null hypothesis at 5% level of significance. And we also mention the F value. In bracket, we write the F value. The F value 16.958 is significant at 5% level of significance. Hence, we reject the null hypothesis. Means there is a significant effect. Now see this formula, how it is different from what I told you. Can anybody tell me? Where I am hovering my mouse. How it is different from what I told you. Let me know.
Y is equal to A plus BX.
Yes, why there are so many betas and why there are so many X. See the formula. there's a
X independent variables.
Yeah, because there are more than one independent variable. This is the multiple regression. What it is? It is the multiple regression. Are you getting? Am I making sense? Am I intelligible to the August gathering?
Yes, madam.
My dear friends, is that clear? The Revert teachers, Revert faculty members. If you have any question, you can ask me. There are so many, independent variable. How? You need to answer me how. Initially, I told that we took one independent variable. Then how come there are multiple independent variables? Please tell me.
Factors that affecting emotional.
Yes. I told you emotional intelligence is made up of so many components. Like the empathy.
We can see 3 factors are already mentioned: self-awareness, self-motivation, and empathy. So
Yeah. All those have been taken over here.
Yes, ma'am.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the 5 factors have been taken here. We start from 0. So beta 0, beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, and beta 4. Is that clear? Now see, how can you please take note of it, or can you take the screenshot of this? Can you take screenshot? How do we write this regression equation? Y is equal to 1.438. Can anybody tell me from where this 1.438 has come? Can you tell me?
Madam, it is the calculation of regression coefficients. Huh?
Yes, very good. Is that clear? So it has been taken from the coefficient. Then the value 0.21. Yes. Then 1.169. Yes. And then 0.167. I don't want to come to it right now because this is the first day. Everybody will not understand those values, and the multiple regression will be too heavy for them. Those who are already into research, those who have already done a lot of research, like those who have submitted their PhDs, those who have written so many research papers, for them it is easy, but not for the research scholars.
Ma'am, there is one question
Yeah.
from Nikita Mukherjee, ma'am, that what is the difference between descriptive, exploratory, and causal research?
Yeah. Listen, the first research is the exploratory research. In exploratory research, we just, मैं आपको एक बार slide से भी दिखा देती हूँ, so that will be more easier for you. Just a minute. In descriptive research, we just describe how, when, why. Okay. We just describe how, when, why. Like if I talk about when people go to buy a mobile phone. Okay. So with whom they go, how frequently they buy, which brand they buy, how much they spend, and on which brands they like to spend more. So that is descriptive research. And the exploratory research is the first time research when we do. That is the exploratory research. When we formulate a research problem and when we do a research first time. So that is the exploratory research. And in causal research, we see the cause and effect. The research paper which I discussed today, that is the cause and effect, which is also known as experimental research. I will just go to the folder and make you more clear. Is that clear? How many of you got clearance on this? Or all clear?
Ma'am, there is a question
Yes, come.
Y second variable with 0.08. 008 is accepted, but not rejected. Please correct me. 0.08 at least 0.1 or it must be taken at 0.05, ma'am. I think she's mentioning the last table which we use for
yes,
the significance value.
Ma'am, give me a minute because first I want to clear this, the first question.
Sharmila ma'am will take your question just after this question only.
Should I continue? Yes, see here the difference between the three, the exploratory research, descriptive research, and the causal research. Is it visible? So why the sales are declining? As I was talking earlier about the Coca-Cola, I was talking about the Pepsi. So when Mountain Dew came, so why the Coca-Cola or the Pepsi sale went down? So when we explore this, when we dig it out, so that is the exploratory research. Is that clear? The research which we do for the first time, that is the exploratory research. And after that, when we do further research on the demographic variable, like age wise, gender wise, income wise, occupation wise, the climate wise, yes. So why people go to Khadim to buy the, the footwears? Why they prefer it? Why, when, how, with whom they go to buy, how much they buy, when they buy, yes, on what price they buy, on what sale offer they buy. So that is descriptive research. And the cause and effect, I told you, like impact of emotional intelligence on academic achievement, impact of emotional intelligence on leadership style. Is that clear? Which of the two advertising campaign is more effective? How it is cause and effect? Can anybody unmute and tell me? Hello? Hello?
Nikita ma'am, if you're there.
Anybody who's interested or whoever has raised this question will be better able to, answer.
Nikita Mukherjee ma'am, if you're there in the session, it will be great with your answer, ma'am.
Okay. If she's not, let me tell you. Like many people are using Rapido bike nowadays. So the ad which is on hoarding was more effective, or the ad which was on billboard was more effective, or the ad which was shown on the TV or the radio which was more effective, which was generating more sales. So that is what, that is the cause and effect, that which advertisement brought more sales. Is that clear? Hello? I think I could answer your question very well. Hope your doubt is clear now. Exploratory research, secondary data, experience survey, or the pilot studies. Okay, can anybody tell me why we are saying secondary data?
Already research.
Yeah. The researches have been done, and the primary data is the one which we collect, and the secondary data is that which is already collected. Whatever we are extracting through, the review of literature, that is the secondary data. And whatever data you are collecting and whatever information you are gleaning and you are gathering, that is the primary data. Is that clear? So initial research which is conducted to clarify and define the nature of a problem, it does not provide conclusive evidence. We need to do subsequent researches. Is that clear? मैं एक बार हिंदी में बोल देती हूँ if somebody is not understanding. पहली बार जब हम कोई टॉपिक पे रिसर्च करते हैं वो एक्सप्लोरेटरी रिसर्च होगी, और यहाँ पर हम प्रॉब्लम को डिफाइन करते हैं, हम इससे कोई कंक्लूजन ड्रॉ नहीं कर सकते हैं, उसके लिए हमें और रिसर्च करनी होगी. We need to do subsequent researches. Is that clear? You can have more on it. This study is an exploratory research.
If you want to speak something. Ma'am, kindly move forward. Proceed.
तो जो पहली बार रिसर्च करते हैं हम, वो हो गई आपकी एक्सप्लोरेटरी. Then we proceed to the descriptive. You must have in analytics also, you must have heard there are 4 kind of analytics: the descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and the prescriptive. In descriptive, we do not do anything. We just describe that this is happening. Like if I talk about the BSNL lost so many customers to the Vodafone Idea, to the Airtel, and to the Jio. Okay, so we are just describing. We are not saying what is the cause. We are not saying that this is happening due to this. I'm not saying due to this. There was a time when Activa was, everyone used to have Activa. But now there's a Magic, there's a Jupiter. There are so many e-scooters are there in the market. Yes, because of that, the market share of the Activa fell badly. Isn't it? But I'm not saying that why it fell. I'm just saying this is happening. So that is known as descriptive research. I hope I made sense. I hope your doubt must be clear now. By this time, are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So we just describe the characteristic of a population. That like if I talk about the male and the female, so who purchase the e-bike more? Or if I talk about the Rapido bike taxi, so who uses it more? Who takes the services more? Who takes the bike? Who takes the the car taxi? Are you getting? If I talk about the various mobile payment like the Paytm, the GPay, PhonePe, so which is being used more, so that is descriptive. I'm just describing the Paytm is losing the market share to the PhonePe and to the GPay, or the GPay creates lot of problem while just describing. I'm not saying what is the reason. If I'm saying it is because of the technology, then it is the cause and effect, that the technology is creating the problem. Nowadays, a lot of problem is popping up in the Paytm. Do you agree? So we are just describing. We are saying कि आ रही है, problem आ रही है. But मैं ये नहीं बोलूंगी कि क्यों आ रही है. क्यों आ रही हो तो बोल दिया तो वो causal research हो गया. Okay, let me go ahead. How many of you are clear with the exploratory, descriptive, and the causal research? Causal, whatever we did just now. The emotional intelligence paper, that was an experimental research or the causal research. You can have, you can see the Weight Watchers average customer, women about 40 years old, and their household income is about $50,000, at least some college education, trying to juggle children in the job. So I'm just describing, okay, who are the women who uses smartwatch? ऐसी कौन सी महिलाएं हैं जो स्मार्ट वॉच ज्यादा यूज करती हैं? मैंने ये नहीं बोला कि क्यों करती है, कौन करता है, उनका एज क्या है, उनका इनकम क्या है, उनका एजुकेशन क्या है, उनका लोकेशन क्या है, like what is their geography, what is their income, what their husband does, what their family members does, how many kids they have, blah blah blah, what their children's education is. Is that clear? Hope I made it clear.
Yes, ma'am, we can move to the next topic because we are already like it's already 8:10.
Okay, okay.
So just
ये
take
causal per
one topic and then we will move on for the day. We'll call it a day.
Okay, cause and effect. Yesterday the gold price rose. Gold का price बढ़ा है तो उसकी क्या वजह है? So that is cause and effect. Many a times we see that the dollar prices changes. I mean the rupee become weaker. So there are so many factors. There are so many causes. Yes. Now, what is that which has put the Pakistan economy so low, so down? पाकिस्तान की इकोनॉमी इतनी कम क्यों गई है? इतने प्रॉब्लम्स क्यों आ रहे हैं वहां पर? There was a time when the Pakistan used to dominate us, but now Pakistan has taken loan from IMF so many times, 27, 28 times. So this is cause and effect. Okay, should I go to the next?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these are the various stages of the research process. Can you tell me from where we have started? This circle started from where? Hello. Yes, tell me from where did I start this?
Problem
discovery and definition.
Yes, yes, yes. It started from there. Then research design. What is research design? How do you define the research design? Exploratory, descriptive, or experimental?
The three things that you have just explained.
Yes,
The
yes,
same way.
yes, yes. Then we come to the sampling, probability, and the known probability. There are various methods. I can explain you right away, but the time is going up. So we'll discuss tomorrow. Ma'am, we'll be discussing tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am, we can do it by tomorrow, no issues. We have 3 days for your session. So we'll be doing
then
it
data
tomorrow.
gathering is there.
Yeah.
Data gathering, like how do we collect the data, whether it is through the questionnaire or whether it is a qualitative research or the quantitative research. If it is quantitative research, quantitative means numeric. Okay, and qualitative means it is non-numeric. We are just doing through review of literature, not or we are doing through the interviews, focus group interviews, or open-ended questionnaire. Open-ended, not close-ended. Open-ended questionnaire has an option to have the description like essays. Okay. So there are two kinds of research, qualitative and quantitative. So if you want, I can throw more light upon that. I have the PPT also on that quantitative and qualitative. Then data processing and analysis. How will you process the data? How will you clean the data? How will you analyze? Whether you will put parametric test or non-parametric test, in parametric, t-test, z-test, ANOVA, or will you go for regression, correlation, whether you will go for non-parametric chi-square, Kruskal-Wallis test, Mann-Whitney U-test, which test, and then the conclusion of the findings and the discussion. And discussion you write in relation to the review of literature, whether your review of literature supports the finding or it does not support your findings. That way. And then the implications of the research for the further researchers and for the companies, or like just you took emotional intelligence. So this is not for company, but for the academic people, like those who are running the academic institutes. Like today I got brochure, And in that brochure, they gave me like social intelligence and emotional intelligence need to be taught to the students. So that ways the circle goes. Is that clear? So what do you want now? I shall, make it broader. Yeah, can you see it now?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yes. So the problem discovery, selection of the research technique, whether you will go by secondary data or the primary data. First of all, the problem identification, then quantitative research or qualitative. Quantitative मतलब numbers, numeric, and qualitative मतलब जहाँ हम ऐसे लिखवा रहे हैं लोगों से या उनका इंटरव्यू रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं, है ना? Like ladies are being asked how is tide and their interview is being recorded. So they are the qualitative research. The qualitative research or on the secondary data and the quantitative research is on the primary data. ठीक है? फिर अगर वो क्वालिटेटिव है तो उसको केस स्टडी के तरह करेंगे कि कैसे फोकस ग्रुप इंटरव्यू करेंगे.
Ma'am, please repeat this part, ma'am. Qualitative is based on the secondary data.
Yes, on the secondary data as well as on primary also, but more on secondary. वहां पर हम रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर एक्सटेंसिव करते हैं और रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर के बेस पे हम कंक्लूजन निकालते हैं रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर के बेस में.
And qualitative will be on, ma'am?
No, I'm saying about qualitative.
Okay, ma'am.
Now I will jump to quantitative. The quantitative में आप प्राइमरी डेटा लेते हो प्लस न्यूमेरिक होता है वो. आप इवन प्राइमरी डेटा दोनों में ले सकते हो, क्वालिटेटिव में भी ले सकते हो और क्वांटिटेटिव में, बोथ, इन बोथ. ठीक है, लेकिन ज्यादा जो चीज होती है वो प्राइमरी डेटा क्वांटिटेटिव में आएगा प्लस उसके अंदर आपका न्यूमेरिक, प्योर न्यूमेरिक. क्वांटिटेटिव इज न्यूमेरिक एंड क्वालिटेटिव इज नॉन न्यूमेरिक. जैसे ऐसे राइटिंग हो गया, है ना? जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना परफॉर्मेंस अप्रेजल की एक मेथड होती है ऐसे राइटिंग कि आप अपने सबऑर्डिनेट पे ऐसे लिखो. तो वहां पर नंबर्स में हमने नहीं पूछा है कि स्ट्रांगली अग्री को हमने 5 दिया है ना?
इट्स फीडबैक मैडम.
ऑफ कोर्स फीडबैक, बट डिस्क्रिप्टिव, नॉट न्यूमेरिक. मतलब न्यूमेरिक नहीं है वो. जैसे हमने बोला ना स्ट्रांगली अग्री, वहां पे हमने 5 4 3 2 1 दिया है, नॉट श्योर 3, डिसएग्री 2 1, स्ट्रांगली डिसएग्री को 1 दिया है और डिसएग्री को 2 दिया है. तो वहां हम नंबर्स दे रहे हैं और नंबर्स पर फीडबैक ले रहे हैं. लेकिन जब हम न्यूमेरिक में फीडबैक नहीं लेते हैं तो वो क्वालिटेटिव हो जाता है. क्या हो जाता है वो? क्वालिटेटिव. इज दैट क्लियर?
Madam, if the question is strongly number 5, agree 4, then it is quantitative, madam.
Yeah, ये quantitative है. It is this is quantitative.
Ma'am, when we are using Likert scales, will it be qualitative or quantitative?
Quantitative.
I think ma'am was asking that only. Okay.
I was asking you that only.
Ma'am, what tools do we use in qualitative research?
There is an NVivo.
Pardon, ma'am?
NVivo.
Okay, ma'am.
Will
you be able to give one example? Show us one example tomorrow.
Yeah. I have so many research papers on qualitative also.
Okay, ma'am.
But I don't want you to jump on that. देखो, थोड़ा करके सब understand करोगे तो अच्छा रहेगा. If you will jump on so many things at a time, I mean, through this workshop, you can't understand each and everything.
Ma'am, we will be having the next FDP on qualitative only. So it
Yeah.
will be great if you can join us again in that session where we'll be dealing with qualitative data analysis. This FDP is
There is
focused
a
on quantitative
NVivo
only.
software. NVivo
Yes.
software is there. And another thing is also, I tell you, through only review of literature, extensive review of literature also you can do. Systematic literature review से आप कर सकते हो qualitative research. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If you want, you can take screenshot of this. Because these images I have taken from somewhere. I don't have the copyright. फिर हम कल पढ़ेंगे sampling, probability and non-probability. There are various methods like probability में आएगा आपका random sampling, systematic random, cluster, stratified, multi-phase. और non-probability में आएगा आपका purposive sampling, convenience sampling, then quota sampling and snowball sampling. Clear है ये? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we wind up today? एक बार वो वाला रिसर्च पेपर पर हम फिर से देख लें.
Yes, ma'am. एक बार वहाँ जाके फिर वापस we'll wind up for today.
Yeah. Just a minute. Is it visible? Is the paper visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is. You just zoom out a bit. Yeah.
I have done. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. It's quite visible now.
Yeah. So what they have done, they have written introduction on each element of the emotional intelligence. They have tried to extract each element past literature, and they have correlated with the dependent variable, that is academic achievement. Yes. So here is the correlation table, then there is a regression table. Yeah, see here is the regression. Below is the regression table. From here they have taken all the values. The values which you saw here, na? Here, this 1.438, this 0.21. So all those were taken from here. Okay. See here. Do you know MOs? Have you used MOs? आपने MOs use किया है? Participants, my dear friends, my dear colleagues.
No, madam, no idea.
Okay, no idea. Okay, fine. We'll do a session separately on that. So here it is written that how much each factor is affecting. If I talk about self-awareness, how it is affecting academic achievement by how much, self-awareness to self-achievement, self-motivation, how much, self-awareness to empathy, how much, empathy to self-motivation, how much, empathy to academic achievement, how much, like by 0.167. So this is the multiple regression model. Now there is a discussion. Whatever result came, so it has been discussed over here. And then the conclusion has been drawn, and then the references, and the references are written over here in APA style. I hope I क्या
बोल रहे हैं कि ग्रुप में ये मैसेज दीजिए.
I'm not getting you. You are not clearly audible.
Ma'am, can you post this paper in the group so that we can refer to it?
Yeah, sure. I will do that. I'm doing. Okay. Just a second, I'm doing the same. Emotional intelligence.
Ma'am, you can send me, I'll send that in the group.
Yeah, I will send you in the group, then you send them.
Yes.
Okay, I will WhatsApp you.
Yes, ma'am, that will be fine.
So can we leave now for today?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Madam, one small doubt, please.
Yeah, sure, you can ask.
Madam, positive statement is alternative hypothesis. Negative statement is null hypothesis. Huh?
Yeah, generally we always say in null hypothesis, there is no significant relationship or there is no significant effect. Okay, or the male mean is equal to female mean. Like the perception of male and female towards rapido bike taxi is equal. So we can write the male is the perception of male is equal to perception of female towards the rapido bike taxi. Means there is no significant difference between the perception of
male and female.
Yes, either ways we can write. Either ways.
Thank you, madam.
Why the number of participants reduced, madam? From 70 to
because
47?
we have crossed the time. We need to wind up by 8 o'clock and like 8:30.
Okay,
almost.
fine, madam. Hope everyone understood whatever I tried to make them understand.
Yes, ma'am, I'm getting good feedback in WhatsApp group and people are messaging me separately.
Thank you so
also.
much.
Madam, the class is very excellent.
Okay, I would like to have the record, madam.
Yeah, sure. I'll just give the record in WhatsApp group by
The
today.
the record of the WhatsApp messages, the chat messages.
Yeah, sure. We'll be sharing.
Please.
Ma'am, it was very informative. Thank you, ma'am. We have learned a lot of things.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
I request everyone to join again tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We'll be doing sampling and related stuff tomorrow. So we'll start directly from the class.
I would like to read once.
Thank you, ma'am.
We were supposed to take quantitative research today. Overview of quantitative research.
Yeah.
Experimental research I have already explained you. Quasi-experimental, non-experimental design also I have explained, but not quasi-experimental. Variables I have explained, dependent and independent, but not the confounding, intervening, or the mediating variable I have not taken yet. Scales of measurement, nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio scale, and reliability and validity. I'm to make you understand so many things.
That is great, ma'am. So I request every participant to join again tomorrow. We call a day today. Thank you very much for joining us.
Okay.
And we expect more participation by tomorrow. We'll be only giving certificates to those people who have attendance of more than 60%. Recording will be given to everyone. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining. Please rejoin tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
कल का यही लिंक होगा ना?
So your voice is not audible, sir.
हेलो.
हेलो.
जी मैम, ये लिंक जो आज दिए यही लिंक कल होगा ना?
हाँ जी, यही लिंक कल होगा. मैं वापस एक बार वो लिंक डाल दूंगी. कोई उसमें कंफ्यूजिंग की बात नहीं है सर. लेकिन लिंक 6 बजे से जस्ट पहले ही आएगा, उसके पहले नहीं.
ठीक है मैम.
जी सर. ये लिंक एक्टिव नहीं रहेगा, अभी थोड़ी देर के बाद उसको डीएक्टिवेट कर दिया जाएगा, लेकिन फिर कल शाम के 6 बजे वो एक्टिव रहेगा. और फीडबैक मैम के सेशन खत्म होने के बाद 3 days के बाद विल बी शेयरिंग द फीडबैक लिंक. So I request everyone to give the feedback on that link only. Thank you so much. And I request everyone to call it a day. And thanks a lot. And we'll be joining tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.